Howdy, homesteaders. Today, got some things about the rabbits that took place. After that last scare, where the rabbit actually died because of shock, and we just weren't on top of it at that time. And you know, I really believe that even if we would have done something that day, it might have been already too late. Really, the point of action would have been the day before. But still, that's got us on our guard, you know. And the past 2 days in a row, I noticed that the new water bottles that we were using were still almost completely full. And the rabbits were not drinking the water. And we figured it all out, but I didn't want to take time to shoot video because I knew it was a very critical situation. I didn't want to repeat the same error that we did last time, the same mistake we had last time. So I quickly acted, quickly got a bowl of water in there. Then once they drank enough water, they started fighting over the bowl. Anyway. It was just kind of a crazy morning today, trying to keep these rabbits from dying on me. And they were all thirsty, I tell you that. But let me show you what the problem was. These water bottles right here, the KT water bottles, right? I thought these were a really good deal. Got them on Amazon. You know, BPA free, you know, it's only like $4.50, I think, for the water bottle. Really decent price. I'm used to spending like $7 and $9 for them. And, you know, it seemed like a good water bottle, right? Now, there's the problem. The reason why it doesn't work. No, not the little ducky. I thought that was a nice touch. The ducky, what it does is it floats to let you know where the water level is. So when the ducky is low in the bottle, you need to put water in there. So that's not the issue. But the issue is right there. You see that little ball bearing right there? When I got it upside down like this, it should not be up. Right? See how that ball bearing's there? You push it down. Well, that's what keeps the water from coming out. You got to push it down in order for the water to come out. Right? But what do you suppose the problem is? Why is that ball bearing up, and why is that a problem? Well, the reason why it's up is there is a spring inside of there, keeping it from going down. And it's got just a little bit of tension, just a little bit of pressure, right? And the problem with that is that the rabbit's trying to push against the pressure of the spring and the pressure from the water coming down with gravity, and it's getting to where it doesn't quite push it in good enough. And because it doesn't get pushed in good enough, not enough water is coming out. So instead of getting drinks of water, they get little tiny sips, little tiny hints of water, little tiny taste of water. But the water isn't freely flowing out of this tip, right? So this bottle, I would say beware. I don't normally do this. You know, I might review a product and say something's good, but this is a bad product. All right, because my rabbits almost died on this product. It almost took 4 rabbits and made them die of thirst, all 4 of them. Right? So that's just junk. Whoever thought to put a spring in there, I don't know what they were thinking. They should have saved their money on the spring and not put that in there. Just put a ball bearing in there, and the water itself, through gravity, and being like this, will cause the ball bearing to seal it shut. That's the way a normal waterer works. Here's one of my old waterers. And I notice that when I hold it like this, you don't see a ball bearing. Where's the ball bearing at? Well, it rolled up inside of there. Right? Because there's no spring in there, right? You pull it like this, and boom. There's the ball bearing. Rolls down in place. Well, this is also that old type. Actually, all these waterers, this one right here, which is not dripping, this one right here, It just has one little drop on it. That's no big deal. And then that one right there, the only reason why it's dripping is she just got done drinking from it. But I don't care if it drips a little bit. You know? If it drips a little bit and I have to put a little extra water in there to keep them watered, I don't care about that. I want to make sure that if they want the water, they're able to get it. If they want the water and they cannot get it because of that spring, I'm not going to go with that. I'm not going to go with that. Now, I will say one good thing about that product is they did have these nifty springs right here. And the spring comes around and holds the bottle in place. I like that. And I also like the little ducky thing. But definitely don't like anything else about that other water bottle. So what do I do? You know, do I send it back? Try to get my money back? No. I don't think it is really worth my time. They were only like $4.50 a piece. It's not worth my time. Okay? So I am going to keep them. I'm never going to buy them again. And I tell everybody else stay away. I'm going to keep using their spring. I might even use that little rubber ducky thing that's floating inside of it. I might even use that so you can actually see that yellow is a bright color. You can see it from far away. So I might just keep the parts about the bottle that I like. And I might even still use those water bottles for other purposes. Just for, you know, just a little water container if I need it. Or I might just throw it in the garbage. I'm just severely disappointed in that product. So, you know, you buy stuff like this, and I thought it was safe to get it online because I figured, you know, it's a tool. It's something that, you know, these people are in business to make money. You think that they do a little research. You think that they would test their own product to make sure that it actually works with rabbits or not. And if there's any problems with the spring in there, that either they put a weaker spring in there or just don't put any spring at all. A lot of the other manufacturers that make these types of bottles, they don't put springs in there. Because maybe they already know that it's a waste of time to put a spring in there. Maybe they already know that. So you just kind of take these things for granted that these companies really have their act together, but obviously some of them don't. Some of them don't have their act together, and some people overthink something and they put something in there that doesn't need to be in there. And then it causes problems. And it's not just, okay, it's a problem, you know, like a problem of getting a weed pulled out of the ground, or a problem of moving a rock, or a problem of getting my grass mowed with my lawnmower broken. You know, it's not that kind of a problem. You know, the kind of problem that this is that there's life on the line. There is life on the line. And you get something like this wrong, and you end up with dead animals. And I'm not raising them just to die on their own. That's not what I'm raising them for. And I want healthy animals. I want them to be healthy. I don't want them to be unhealthy. I don't want them to die on me. You know, so it's just totally unacceptable, and it really opens my eyes that don't just buy anything that's out there. Don't try to always get the cheapest thing you can find. Spend a little extra money. Spend a little extra money. Get something that's a known, tried and true, good product. Frantically trying to deal with this situation, what I ended up doing is I ended up going to my local feed store. And I called them ahead of time and asked them if they had any rabbit water bottles. And they go, oh, yeah, I think we got those. Let me check. And they checked, and oh, yeah, we got 4 of them in stock. Perfect. That's what I needed. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rabbits, 4 water bottles. That's exactly what I needed. You know, now this one is a water bottle from the last time I raised rabbits, and it still actually works. It still works. It's still hanging in there. So this Home Rig House, that must be a good company. Must be a really good brand. Because after 3 or 4 years, this thing's still holding strong. It's a wide mouth, and I think that, you know, so far it looks like it's working great. You know, the rabbit went up there and got water off of it several times. I actually like it that it has one little drop hanging, because that lets the rabbit know that here's your water, come and get it. You know, I kind of like that. As long as it just continually drop. If you got a serious continual drip, then yeah, that's something you have to fix. That's something you have to replace. So, but this was only $5.50 at my local feed store. And I also like it has this little notch right here where you can hold it against the cage. And I'm using the spring from the other water bottle, but I'll use what I got on hand. But I can really say that this water bottle is good so far. I know for a fact this one is good. You know, if I wasn't in such a hurry, if I wasn't in such a rush to just get something at the feed store, I would have looked online and tried to find Home Rig House and got a bunch of these bottles. So am I angry about it? Yeah, I am angry about it. But you know, the Bible doesn't say that anger itself is a sin. You know, it says, do not allow yourself to come to wrath. You know, so, you know, you're not supposed to have wrath upon people. And, you know, I'm not trying to have wrath upon that other company or anything. I was pointing out, I mean, man, it just doesn't work. And it needs to work. It just needs to work. I mean, if you've had a different experience with that company, then great. I'm glad for you that you may have had a better experience. But the reason why I'm angry is, my rabbits almost died. Okay, I've got. It's not just about the money I've got in these rabbits. You know, I do care about these rabbits. I do care for their lives. Right, as long as I'm raising them, I want to make sure that they're well fed, that they have water, that they live comfortable lives, as comfortable as I can make it for them, and still keep them under control. And I don't believe in undue suffering and not being cruel to animals. I don't believe in being cruel to animals at all. And there's ways you can farm animals and treat animals right.